Hello, Sounds of the World listeners. This is Gino Brand, host of the Liquid Sound podcast. We're a show dedicated to music, songwriting, and the creative process. Each week, we have on a different guest musician who shares their songs, and we dive into the finer points of songcraft, recording, and live performance. If you're a fan of these great in-depth music interviews you hear on Sounds of the World, give Liquid Sound a listen. We really think you'll enjoy it. It's available on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. Just search for Liquid Sound. Thanks. And now, back to Hillary and Bill.
Welcome to the Sounds of the World. We are your hosts, Hillary and Bill.
Together, we're going to travel around the world to discover new music, discuss musical topics, and interview fascinating people.
Our world is a buffet of music, and it is time to eat.
Snitch, better set up a rat trap, chasing the sack just like one setback. Sleep on the floor, there's nowhere to crash at. You want a verse while I'm sitting my cash app. You took my bitch, guess what? You can have that. Plot on the word like Pinky the Elaborate. That boy cap like Yamaka. Said you was having, we know we honor you. You don't come outside, you want a monitor. Eat up the beat like Piranha does. I be high on my Mars like Veronica. Off the dope, so gone like Monica. Head spin like a Drano on.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a very special guest on our show. I first came across his music while listening to a video by Patrick CC on YouTube called Rap Songs with 100 views versus 100,000 views versus 1 million views. About 7 minutes or so in, there was a video called Gas Pack, which showed images that didn't really stand out from anything, but was actually pretty subdued with the others that had been on first. But then the beat was playing and the lyrics flowed so well together. There was a great vibe and a relaxed atmosphere to it. Then halfway through the song, the beat switched and the feel changed. My mind was blown. To me, I was also just shocked for the fact that it only had 100 views as of March. Now, luckily, it's got over 16,000 views. I found out his name, started following him from that moment on. Went on and listened to all the records, and when he released more, I listened to that one as soon as I could. He's released many great songs, including Moe on Ice, Run Dat, and I Know. He's changed the way I view hip-hop and rap songs and techniques. Today we're going to do a special bio on him and talk more in depth about his rise. So please welcome to our show, Dad Bodi. Woohoo!
Woo!
Hey, y'all.
All right, so thank you so much for being on our little podcast. It's great.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so like I said, I kind of followed you found you haphazardly, doing a little deep dive into YouTube. And man, I tell you, like the music just like caught me. I did my PhD at LSU and my dissertation was about hip hop music and rap music. And I was just like, oh, this is so cool. So much different than everything else I've listened to. So it's a great thrill for me just to talk to you.
Yeah, when I heard the song Gas Pack, like I was just freaking blown away. I was like, oh my god, this is so freaking cool. How is this not mainstream? Like, I don't know. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to get to you today.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it so much.
Well, first off, let's just find out, where were you born? What were your early years like? Do you have like a background in music, or is this, how did we get here?
I was born in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Very
and raised in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I've only lived in North Carolina. I've never like bounced around from different state to state or anything like that. And no, I don't have a background in music. I just enjoyed music growing up.
Nice.
And just gravitated towards it. Yep. Then figured out how to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone had said that you're like the best rapper in the Carolinas. I was like, oh, Which part of the Carolinas are you from?
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina.
And so did you find getting into rapping was kind of like just something you enjoyed, and then you started discovering it. So what was it about like hip hop and rap that really kind of pulled you in?
Just growing up, that's what everybody was listening to. That's just I guess my generation and maybe a generation before me, and even generations after me. That's just the music that is always around. And getting into making it, it wasn't like, I didn't wake up like one morning and just want to be a rapper. It just kind of gradually happened. I had like friends that made music, and they would always go to the studio, and I would just go with them. And then that's how I kind of got into it. And then over time, I dove deeper into it. I didn't just like jump out there one day and I was like, Dad Bodi. Nah, kind of like over time, it's just what it became.
Yeah, I think there's that idea that like, people, it's like suddenly when you start to get some success, people are like, oh, like you must have done that overnight. And like they kind of like, gloss over the fact that you've put like years and years of hard work into like being in a studio and, maybe you're checking that out with your friends and like diving into these things. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ideas just have to, like, it didn't just, like, it wasn't, like, a fully formed idea. Like, I just woke up one day and just got a pen and paper and wrote down, like, this is my master plan on how to be a rapper. Like, it just naturally, like, these things take time, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so what were your inspirations like? What did you listen to that really kind of threw you in?
I listened to a lot of stuff. I listened to like Lil Wayne growing up, Kanye West. Like I said, my friends used to make music, so I would listen to my friends' music. Just whatever was out at the time, like Jay-Z, Outkast, I would listen to that. Anything that people would like say was like the best thing out, I would try to listen to that. So I just soaked up all that influence, and that's me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that completely. There's a lot of good stuff out there, so it's no wonder. Especially, I think, like in the South, there seems to be a really deep, wonderful culture of it.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I'm not sure, but
I don't know, man.
I live in Montana. We don't know how to make music up here. No, I'm just kidding. I grew up in Texas though, and I remember it was very much part of the culture. Like you would just burn a CD and hand it to a friend, and they would hand you a CD, and it was like you had no idea who was on it. I don't know if you had that similar experience, but it's like you just grew up listening to like all this amazing, like I don't know, quote unquote underground music because you're maybe not buying it, but
yeah, with me, yeah, we had CDs. Like CDs are pretty much extinct now, but like
I feel old saying that. Like you just burned.
Yeah, but we had CDs, but we also had like things like LimeWire and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was just like a big music database, and you would just download whatever. And we had like mixtape websites and stuff like that, and they had like their own little ranking systems. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember downloading music from Napster back in the day, and I feel so old saying that. But no, LimeWire was awesome.
Yeah, I had on my family computer growing up. I had like LimeWire and Napster and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I crashed many computers using LimeWire, so.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
An hour to get like 2 songs downloaded, and you'd be like, "Yeah, it's done."
Definitely crashed a lot of computers.
In your process, when you're making songs, do you usually like you work together to create a beat and then you kind of write the lyrics to that, or do you have like lyrics and then you kind of start hearing a beat as you're writing the lyrics?
It usually starts with a beat first. Very rarely will it start with lyrics and then I'll pick a beat based on the lyrics. It usually starts based on the beat. And a lot of the times I will either look up a beat online, like on YouTube or a beat website, or I'll have like producers send me beats, and I'll just go through them one by one until I find what I like. And then I'll sit with the beat for a little bit, maybe like a day, or it just depends on like what I want to rap about. So sometimes some songs get done within maybe an hour. Like sometimes it takes a couple of days. It just really depends.
So do you just kind of like play that beat on repeat and like kind of get your brain like into that frame? Okay, here's my framework. This is what I have to work with. Or do you just kind of like get a quick feel for it? Or how does that process work?
I'll play a beat on repeat for a little bit just to kind of like get a rhythm on how I'm gonna rap on it. And depending on how fast the writing process is going, because I write down stuff. I know some people like they don't write and they just record straight into the microphone, just punch in. I don't really do that. I like to write down what I'm gonna say and just like work with it. But yeah, I'll just have a beat on repeat for a little bit. Depending on how fast it's going, I might get a hook or a little bit of the verse. And then I'll usually turn the beat up because I don't want to have just it'll get like annoying and I won't want to rap to it anymore if I have the beat on repeat for like all day.
Oh yeah.
Or I'll like if I'm in a room and like if I'm in the studio and the engineer has the beat on repeat, I'll leave the room or something like that and go.
Like, you work through this, I'll be back.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I usually do it.
Nice.
So do you do any freestyle?
Like what do you mean? Like when I'm in my process of writing, or just in general?
Oh, just like in general, like.
Sometimes I have to really be in the mood. I don't really like the freestyle, but when I get in the mood, like I'll freestyle. Like if I'm with friends and everybody's freestyling and like the freestyles are actually good, I might like I might get inspired off of their freestyles.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Get that vibe going. Do you handwrite your lyrics, or do you find like you'll sit down and type them, or?
Yeah, I usually just type them into my phone. I used to handwrite my lyrics like when I was first starting out, and I actually used to like type them on Microsoft. I used to actually type them on Microsoft Word.
Yes, I love it. That's crazy. Like how like I find myself like writing things on my notes all the time. It's such a like awesome tool to have at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's great. You just write it on the go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in front of the old computer.
But yeah, I will write down on I just write down on my phone nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I think what is it, like Eminem and a couple other. I think Kendrick. They use like their cell phones and they'll write their lyrics into like their notepads on their cell phone, and then they are pretty much like reading it as they're singing. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, I usually just my lyrics on my phone. And I try not to rush when I write. I try to actually I think about if stuff, when I say stuff, will it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that like the lyrics aren't just seeming like random lyrics that I'm just going to put into a song. It's like there's like meaning and context and you make multiple links to like one reference, which is really cool. I don't hear that a lot.
Thanks.
But do you have you just think of something and then you try to make as many links off of that, or how do you go about doing that? Like, how do you set up your lyrics?
It just really depends, I guess. I really don't think about it too heavily, so I wouldn't even, I don't know how to answer that question.
That's okay.
It honestly just depends on on the song.
Yeah.
Well, there's such an ease, like listening to your music, like it sounds as like it just flows out of you, and so I think that's such a compliment to who you are as an artist. Like thinking, like, yeah, no, I don't like have to get weird with it. Like it's very organic and it's there. So that's so cool. That's a talent I like totally envy.
Thank you.
So it's cool to hear that it's like it flows from you, and I don't know, it's really awesome.
Yeah, I try not to think too hard about it.
when I went back and I was listening to Gas Pack, and now that I've heard it probably a good, 70 times or so, just like my analyzation, like my analyzed part of my brain just went off, and it's cool to me, especially in that song, how you're kind of in this like simple 2 meter or whatever, the 4/4 meter, and then you bring in that triplet feel like halfway through, but you're kind of like prefacing it in your lyrics. You know what I mean?
If we beefing, I doubt it, I'm haunting you. I know you try to get rid of me. Epic fell cause they play me in Italy. Now the movement got legs like a centipede. Take the top off, I ride in a Kennedy. Shitting on niggas like Elvis. My old bitch still say I'm selfish. Ballin' so hard I might sign to the Celtics. Talking that shit, he definitely get dealt with. I'ma put mine in a castle. Cause when I was young, I was definitely a hassle. Body jump back in the satchel. I paint her face hard past me. He talking to snakes like Mowgli. Got on my way because
That beat is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's a cool beat. Like I was sitting in the car with my daughter, and I was like, you got to hear this. It like made her listen to it. Like, isn't it cool how he kind of like sneaks that in, and the next thing you know, like that triplet's like all over it, and she's like, sure, Dad.
He was like, yeah, whatever, Dad.
Like, but it's a cool song. I like the song. And I was like, I know, but
but what's actually going on?
Yeah, your kids are never gonna geek out about what you geek out about.
Probably not.
Oh.
That's okay. So, but yeah, so like, how did Gas Pack come along?
It's a real simple story. I was finishing up my tape Body of Work, and the producer, his name is Tommy Coyote. He's from Raleigh too. He's from North Carolina too.
Oh, okay.
And he just sent me that. Like, he sent it to me in like a text message. Like, he sent me that beat and maybe like one other one, and I just picked that one. And then the beat was the song is short because the beat was short.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I just wrote a little bit because the song was only like 1 minute and 30 seconds or something like that. But yeah, that's just what he sent me. And then I just was like, I was already going to the studio, and I was like, yeah, I rapped to that. I sent it to him. He liked it. And then I just, I changed like maybe one thing about it the next time I went to the studio, and that was it right there.
Man, that's brilliant. Like, that's so cool to just hear, like, yeah, it wasn't this like long, laborious process. Like, no, I just got up, it flowed. Next. It's so cool to hear your process.
Yeah, that one didn't take that long at all.
Yeah, it's just such a, like, I remember listening to it the first time, and like as it was ending, I was like, that's it? Wait, there has to be more. I need more. I was like, this could be like another 2 times. Come on, let's go. It's a cool song.
Yeah, that definitely, when I was like finishing up the tape and like going through the songs, I knew that had to be on there because that was like one of my favorite personal songs that I had made in that period of time. So I was like, yeah, this has to be on here.
Ah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So like, what are your
that's how that went. On my whole catalog, or just on that tape?
Well, like your favorite overall, like that you've done. So you got Gas Pack. What else?
Gas Pack. I like Mow It on Ice. There's a song I have called Filet Mignon I really like.
Oh, that one's cool.
There's a lot I like. Like, I'm weird about my music. Like, once I release it, I don't really listen to it after that. Like, up until releasing it, I'll listen to it like 1,000,000 times.
Right.
But once it's out, I don't really listen to it afterwards. But
like,
I do like, I like Gas Pack, Mow It on Ice, Filet Mignon, Moi Facile, R.I.P. Peter. Those are a couple of my favorites right there.
Well, this is cool too for us because we're so like classically trained, like I said, I have a PhD in music composition and went to school for piano and stuff, and Hillary did voice and composition, and so to hear another creative person talk about their music, and it's such a different way of expressing it, I think it's just really incredible to us and fascinating.
It's so inspiring, especially like classical music. Like, I mean, that shit is painstaking. Like, I mean, you're like obsessing over every note. You're freaking out because they're like trying to write this score so you can hand it to 10 other people and they'll know what you meant. But there's something just like super inspiring and super like beautiful about the idea of like you're just totally in this flow and it's just you get that, you know, minute and a half of a cool beat to flow and then it's on to the next and I'm in awe. I just think that's so cool.
Yeah. Thank y'all, man. Yeah.
Well, the next question is about the feature kind of that on Patrick CC's videos. You've been on there a couple times. I'm not saying he's like this huge person or anything, but like, what was it like when maybe you heard that your music was featured on there?
It was pretty cool because, you know, you don't pay for those things and you just don't expect them to happen. He kind of just curates what he wants on his channel. So it was unexpected. So that's always cool. And Patrick, he's a really good dude. I started out like sending music to his streams. Like he has his streams that he does like every week for like just to listen to people's music and judge it or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out like last summer 2019 sending him songs and he really enjoyed them. So then I think that's how I got on his radar. And then he just started putting me, he told me he was going to put me in his videos, but he said that probably like 4 or 5 months before he actually put me in a video.
Oh.
With that anticipation.
So I wasn't, when he said it, I was like, okay, when he first said it, I was like, yeah, I'm waiting. And then like 4 or 5 months passed and I wasn't in a video. So I didn't really think about it. I was just like, all right, whatever, I'm not going to be in a video. And then he ended up putting me in a few videos. So that was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool because it was like he had you on there. There was a couple other people on there that I had like never heard of before. And I was just like, the feel of your music is so different from a lot of the other ones that are featured on there. You know, you have a very kind of chill vibe in your songs, which I really love because it shows a nice kind of flexibility with hip hop and rap. You know, everyone thinks hip hop and rap is aggressive and, you know, it's going to be like, you know, to show my age, like NWA or, you know, these like really, you know, in your face hip hop artists and stuff. But it's like your flow is chill and the words are smooth and there's so many double meanings to things and how kind of it's like a tangle web. I think of your lyrics as like a tangle web, you know, where one thing kind of leads to another, which leads to another instead of like, this is a section about this and this is a section about this, you know?
Yeah. And the chillness from my music, because I've heard that a lot, that just really reflects from my personality. Like, I'm just really a laid back person. Like, I'm not really, I party, but I'm not like a big time party goer. I've always just been really relaxed. So that probably is just a natural like reflection of like my personality.
Yeah, I think a person's music can definitely be a reflection of who they are, which I love, you know?
But yeah, and I mean, but that's kind of, I think that in rap, a lot of the times people like try to be something they're not. So that's, I don't know, but yeah, they try to like make their life way more interesting than it really is.
Gotta do what sells. But I think there's an authenticity to the way that you do it, and it really comes across super well. And I don't know, I think that for me in person, like that's super valuable and super cool.
Yeah.
So what did you think when that Patrick in one of his live streams actually did say that he thought your name, Dad Bodi, was holding you back? Your branding is what he called it.
You know, I thought about changing my name because I used to rap under a whole different name. My name used to be Shane Rico. And I changed my name to Dad Bodi as like, it was like at first it was gonna be a joke, and then it kind of like took on a life of its own.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it.
Like I was gonna just be like, it was gonna be like an alter ego that I rapped under for like a little bit, and then everybody that I told, they were like, yeah, that's kind of fire, bro. Like, so it just kind of took on a life of its own. But I don't know. I think my name kind of stands out because if you heard that somebody was rapping under the name Dad Bodi, you kind of want to see what that's about, in my opinion. So
sure.
I don't know. I didn't really think that much of it. I thought about changing my name, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just stick it out. I think you could actually I think you could brand well with the name Dad Bodi though, because you could just like lean into the whole like dad aspect of it, and like you could just like, I don't know, I have video ideas and like photo shoot concepts where I'm just wearing like dad clothes and doing like dad things, like I don't know, like
freaking love this.
Reading the newspaper, or I don't know, mowing the lawn, but doing like, I don't know, but you could like lean into it though. So I think it's good for branding personally. It's easy.
There's something relatable about it too, where it's like if you were named a six pack, you'd automatically be like, oh god, I don't have a six pack, like I can't relate. But like Dad Bodi's funny, like it's perfect because you kind of go, yeah, well, I gotta check this out. What is this? Like, and it's like you're not intimidated by it. It's very welcoming. It makes you just do like a double take. You're like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, okay, I'll give this a listen. Like, I totally agree with you on the branding.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it stands out and it works.
Yeah, and I totally think that would be cool to like lean into, you know, like, I mean, you have a couple of videos out there where you're like wearing a ski mask and things, but it's not like it's not a black ski mask. It's a hot pink ski mask, you know, or even in Gas Pack, you're standing around in like a white t-shirt and jeans, you know, it's like a very chill kind of, you know, you don't have to walk around with all these chains on, and you know you got your diamond teeth, everything, and you know you're just like, I'm just gonna chill with my friends, and you know we'll smoke a joint or have some moet, you know, or whatever. So
yeah,
I love it.
That's vibe, real relaxed.
Yeah,
real nonchalant vibe.
I dig it, totally dig it.
And yet the beats hit hard.
Yeah, as long as the music's good, as long as the music is not slipping.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, I always, like, when I have to drive my wife's car, who has the better audio system, I always crank the bass up and let the 808s hit and stuff. It's great. I love it.
Hey, they ain't built like this. They ain't been where I've been. The people be feeling my shit. I say what I know, don't pretend. Who else stayed down since the playground? It's just Body and friends. Might get a company Benz. Once I get right on my end. I'll tie that shit on your truck for
you know, you've worked with Tommy Coyote and Level and Ayowiththemayo. Like, if there was other people you could collaborate with or do features with, who would you pick?
That's a good question. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but there's this rapper named Saw Baby. I will work with him.
Saw Baby?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up. So
his music is very interesting. I will work with him. Producer wise, I want to work with Pierre Bourne.
Okay.
And there's other names too. I just can't really. I'll probably work with Playboy Cardi. I don't know. There's a lot of people I would want to work with. I have like a long list.
That's awesome. I love it. Gotta have those aspirations.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta like, if you had a dream group. Like I remember seeing an interview with the Baby, and he was talking about like he wanted like Kendrick and J. Cole and you know, Jay-Z and stuff as like a big old collab, like no holds bar, everyone's up for things. Who you just had like your dream ensemble. So like Saw Baby and who like other people you might think of.
All right, it'd be me. There's a rapper that I always collaborate with. That's like my damn near my blood brother. His name is Tommy Boy. He'd be in there.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
I'd probably throw. Damn, man, you put me on the spot. This is a good question. Just like a song a song, it would be like a one song thing, or just like a group that we would like make this be a real group. We'd make like an album or something like that.
Let's say you're making an album.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, me, Tommy Boy. I'd probably throw. I'm gonna say J Cole. Just because he could tackle like him and me and Tommy's subject matter. Me and Tommy's subject matter is pretty similar. J. Cole, he'd probably go a little more in depth than we would about certain things, and like he'd speak about like things that's going on in the world, like that he sees wrong or whatever. So he could just tackle a whole different demographic.
Yeah, I've noticed his music is a bit more socially aware.
Yeah. So he could tackle that for our group. He could speak to that aspect. No, I think that's a dream team right there. I think I'm gonna just go with us three.
Oh, I'd buy that album. That'd be.
And I'm like, I want to listen to this.
Yeah.
Any more people, it might just be a mess. I don't know.
Good food kitchen.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I remember first song I ever heard of J. Cole's was 1985, and I'm gonna have to definitely check out Saw Baby and Tommy Boy.
Yeah, definitely. Those are good listens right there.
Are they also people from North Carolina?
No, Saw Baby. Tommy is from North Carolina. That's like, he's actually like one of the people that got me into rap. He was like one of the rappers I was talking about that would go to the studio, and he like pretty much got me into it.
Oh, cool.
And Saw Baby's from Atlanta, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, I got lots of people to check out. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be Saw Baby. That's an interesting listen right there.
Yeah. Now, have you ever heard of Nardwuar?
Yeah, Nardwuar, the Human Serviette.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does the really intrusive interviews.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I want to be interview bomb.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be interested to be interview bomb.
Yeah, if he came up, what would you be worried about?
Nothing really. I wouldn't be worried about anything. I'd just be interested to see what he would like. Like he'd probably bring up like my 5th grade teacher or something like that. Some crazy. He'd be like, "Do you remember Miss Willis or whatever?" I don't even remember her name, but he'd say something crazy like,
yeah.
Or he'd like bring something up that only like my family knows or something like that.
Yeah, I saw him interview, I think, Travis Scott, and it was just like, I think Travis Scott like sobered up at that interview. He was just like, "What? How do you know this shit?" You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I'm pretty sure he just calls people's like family and friends.
Yeah.
But those interviews are always interesting to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I have to admit, I like scoured Google for like 20 pages trying to find stuff on you.
Properly stalked you.
It's like, I got to know more about him. I need to know what's going on and things. So now you do have like a Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I think I've been on it like maybe twice. Like I don't ever get on it.
Yeah, I noticed like because you had talked just briefly about really leaning in on that dad body, and one of the pictures on there is the dad from Family Matters.
Yeah. Because when I first started rapping as Dad Bodi, like I really, really leaned into it. Like my first logo was like, it was like a kind of a play on the Tommy Hilfiger logo.
Yeah.
And like all my pictures were like a famous dad, like a famous sitcom dad. Like I had like Al Bundy, and I had like and Carl Winslow.
Yeah. I loved it. I was just like, oh, this is cool. So are you a big Family Matters fan?
I want to say a big fan. I watched the show, but I was just kind of just being funny with the name.
Oh, okay.
I did watch the show though. It wasn't like I had never seen the show before. I've seen it before.
Yeah, and remember, they do say that dad bodies are the sexiest to women. So
that's what I've heard that before. I've actually heard that before.
I'm gonna go real silent for this part.
Not to make it awkward, Hillary, but
it's something about I heard that it's something about the confidence that they
It's the relatability. It's like that guy has his shit together. He's happy with who he is. He's not trying to be anybody else. I can dig it.
Exactly, and people with dad bodies, they're eating good, so they usually have money. People that are eating good usually have money. So
yeah, that's true.
So when you're not
right,
like making your own rap songs, I assume that you listen to a lot of hip hop, correct?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what other than hip hop do you like to listen to? What's your guilty pleasure?
Other than hip hop, I listen to R&B music. I'll listen to soul music. Sometimes I'll listen to pop music. I listen to a lot of stuff actually. I don't really venture into country.
Oh, I said you're in good company. We're not.
Yeah, we're not big country people.
Yeah, I don't really venture into country. But usually I stick to rap and R&B. If I hear it and it's not rap and R&B, but I happen to like it, then I'll go back to that one song.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually. And my guilty pleasure, I gotta think, because I do have some. Oh, I really like what's that song called? I'll listen to like 80s pop music. Like I don't know if this is considered 80s pop music, but it's like You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll listen to that song.
I love it.
It's just fine.
That's a good song.
Yeah, those are my guilty pleasures. Like I'll go back and listen to like obscure songs.
Oh yeah, this is a good song. Yeah, we were talking with a guy earlier today, and about how he discovered the singer Sting. Have you ever listened to like The Police or anything?
Yeah, like Roxanne. Yeah. I fuck with that. I don't really know any other songs besides that, but I know Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I like the 80s as your guilty pleasure. That's good.
It's fun. Just the synths. The synths are so much fun.
So, what do you do other than make music? Like, you just full-time making music, or what did you do before you started doing that?
Other than make music, I have a regular job.
Oh, cool.
Because it is tough out here in post-corona world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other than my job and music, I just really hang out with friends, play Xbox, and smoke marijuana.
Love it.
Love
it.
So what do you do? Can I ask?
Oh, for my job?
Yeah.
I am a dog food deliverer. Like people will like order dog food. Like it's like really upscale, like holistic dog food, and it costs like $60 for a 20-pound bag.
Oh, that hurts.
But people will order it, and I will deliver it all over the Raleigh area.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
They have no idea that you're like the coolest dog food deliverer, though.
Nah, they have no idea.
They have no idea.
And since you don't listen to your own music, really, you don't kind of show up with it bumping in the background.
Not. I mean, sometimes I listen to my own music, like,
Have some
but
fun.
I won't be like have it on repeat all day. Like I'm just running through every album.
That guy that's like
And I
promoting
only-
constantly.
And I only listen to me, and everybody that's with me only listens to me. No, I'm not that kind of guy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but really, I listen to podcasts like when I'm delivering dog food, like because I'm in the car for like 4 to 5 hours a day, just driving around house to house. So I'll just listen to podcasts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you listen to our podcast before?
I did not. I'm not gonna lie, I did not.
That's okay. That's
Are
okay.
you guys on what platforms are you guys on?
We're on everything.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out then.
Yeah, we're on Apple and Google, Stitcher, Spotify. So,
Okay, definitely. I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, I think we're on iHeartRadio too, and then so we're everywhere.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out then.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I know living in Louisiana, it was some of the best food I probably ever had in my entire life. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food. I'm not a real picky eater, so I will eat anything. But my favorite, I really like seafood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I really like shrimp.
Yeah.
Oh, I love shrimp.
Yeah, I could probably eat seafood every day if I had to.
I miss seafood. I'm like, it's not as good in Montana.
Yeah, because you guys aren't near any oceans or anything like that.
No. We're landlocked, so it's like, I mean, elk is delicious. Moose is great up here. We get some of the like weird meats, but yeah. Seafood, I miss fresh seafood. I have family down in Houston, and every time I visit, I'm like, okay, we're gonna get sushi, we're gonna get some seafood. I need a shrimp po' boy. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, we lived in Reno for a couple years, and they were so close to California, they'd get fresh seafood every day, like the casinos and stuff, you know?
Nice.
And so it was like the best sushi I've ever had in my life, even though you're in the mountains. So
That's cool. Yeah, there's a place in Bozeman that'll fly it in, but you're definitely gonna pay for it, so it's like a treat yourself sort of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say seafood though. Yeah.
Now I'm getting hungry.
So are you preparing for any tours hopefully coming up soon?
No, I'm not. I want somebody to take me on tour. I don't have the capital to take myself on tour yet, but or to set up my own tour. It'll put me. I'll be broke by the end of the tour. But if somebody could take me on tour, that shit would be awesome. I'm gonna try to speak it into existence.
Definitely.
Yes. You keep saying
That-
it, it's gonna happen.
That shit would be dope.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I would love to see a live in person, that's for sure.
Man, I would dig it. Like, get a couple beers in me, just have to sit, chill. That sounds awesome.
Hopefully,
Yeah, man.
Hopefully next year, when the concert like venues open up again.
Yeah.
Well, I hope soon. It's an interesting world we're in. This has been so much fun to chat with you and just to hear your process and to hear like a totally different perspective on music. I mean, Bill and I like love all sorts of music, like, so it's so exciting to speak to a hip hop artist and to hear your process, how it all flows, like hear your personality. So thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It's been great talking to you. And like, as I said, I'm a huge fan. So it's been so cool to be able to talk to someone that you really enjoy listening to. So
Guilty pleasure. I love it.
Awesome.
So once again, thank you so much, and we can't wait to hear more music. So let us know when you release some more, and we'll help push it out on socials and stuff too.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do.
I'm not hearing what they saying. If they want me, then they better be paying. Pop off the top, it's like we celebrating. I want no more because you niggas hate it. Bottle of Mo and no bottles of goose. My next bitch gotta be a masseuse. Brown skin thing with a crazy caboose. Body essential cannot be reduced. I do this shit like it's magic.
Thanks for listening to the Sounds of the World podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode. There are links to everything in the episode description and also on our website.
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Sounds of the World. Show support for Sounds of the World podcast. Please join our Patreon, where you can have access to our after-party discussions with guests, discounted merchandise, and even more.
If you have any questions, answers, or episode suggestions, please email us at soundsoftheworldpodcast@gmail.com. Well, Bill, I think I'm going to go have a beer now.
Hey, there you go.